Hey there, so this is a traced bitmap image that I did that I was working with earlier here. One thing that I do before I get started working with most of my bitmaps, I go ahead and take the fill and remove the fill, and I stroke it so that I can see the vectors of the piece here. And what we're going to do is, in order for us to make sure that the file is the way we want it, I go into edit nodes by path, and I'm sure you've done this before in terms of taking a look. Looks like I have a couple interesting little things going on there, so let's pull in. I have a little hiccup right there in terms of a weird piece. Let's go in here and let's just, for instance, while you're checking your file, there may be overlaps or there may be points where it's cusped, but it's not necessarily connected. So this here, this cusp node, it's going to say like, ooh, look, cusp. Alright, this cusp node would force the actual file, because it's two separate vector points, it would force the SheetCam to make a starting point there. So every time there is a new vector or a separation in the vector, even if they are latched this close, it will try to create a start point there, simply because mathematically it's a completely different animal than a complete vector line. One of the things I like to do is, I can check my vector points here. Like, I know this is connected because of the way the line reacts. I can go back and undo that, and I can physically go through and check every vector point just to be sure. But since these two are disconnected, I'm going to go ahead and select one here and hit shift and select the other one, and then go up to join. I'm sorry, that's break. I'm going to go up to join selected nodes, and it will join those selected nodes. I bring that node back in to the piece of art here, and it's fine. Oops. And you're good to go. And in fact, there's a couple other things. There we go. So it's a terrible fix, but I will skip that because I usually take a couple more minutes to fix something like that. So that way, that's the best way that I've found. I manually check each one if I do see that happening in SheetCam.